We're going to talk about this. A win is a win. And all that matters is getting the freaking dub. All that matters is getting the freaking dub. But I've got some Chelsea guys here. We're going to try to be honest as to why Saul exists and why he was bought. Let's keep it real on Loftus Cheek. Do Chelsea really miss Jorginho? No, they freaking don't. And can we please have an answer as to Lukaku and why he doesn't play? But people call me a hater. People call me anti-white. People call me anti-Caucasian. We need to give some love to your boy Mason Mounts Kilimanjaro. Let's talk about it. So guys, look, I've got my amigos here, Marvelous, as you guys know, and I think a new guy here, Abdul, as well. So before I really kick things over to them, I want to just maybe give my own personal take on this to begin with, and I want to bring them in. Look, see, my thing here is this: look, it wasn't the greatest game. Keep it real, it wasn't the greatest game. Watford played it better, and what you're seeing here is, see, guys, we're now in the season of hashtag honesty. So I have no time for BS. Hashtag honesty is not going to be the main thing. How good is this Chelsea squad? If you're a good squad, then the idea is people that come in when it's needed should be able to say what's up. The point of an amazing squad is you can rest your 4 or 5 first-team players, and these guys can come in. Guys had to be rested. Tuchel had to do what he had to do, because when you're not coming into this whole December thing, in a amount of because you have to think about FA Cup, Papa John's Cup, Champions League, and now this crazy December schedule in the Premier League, you have to make changes. So these changes have to be made. But the issue now is that the guys coming in have to be able to say what's up. If not for Mount, let's be real. See, people call me a hater. If not for Mason Mount, Chelsea will probably lose this game, because it was Mount's decisiveness that got Chelsea this win, because it was a very scrappy game. I told you I still have my issues with Pulisic. Havertz is frustrating. Because you can see the talent in this dude, but this guy is frustrating, and he plays like he's a feather. Loftus Cheek struggled a little in that midfield. Now, that's why I want to bring these guys in, because this does not mean that, oh, have hope. Your boy Jorginho, this is not why he's the 3rd best player in the world. No. I'm not going to have that. Even if Jorginho played, this would have still been a game in which Chelsea would have struggled, because I still don't view Jorginho as a superb player. But I'm worried though, because like City and Liverpool, you see, like City, okay, they got the win 2-1. Liverpool delivered Everton 4-1. So these guys ain't gonna stop. So any mistakes, any small mistake Chelsea make, City and Liverpool will capitalize, because City and Liverpool, these guys can smell blood. So again, I told you, it wasn't the greatest game, because I don't know how to view this. Because you can view this in the sense of, it wasn't the greatest game. It was a super scrappy game, but you got the win. And winners, league winners, are guys who can win games while playing badly. That is a very key attribute to have. That can you still say what's up? Can you still get the dub while playing badly? Because you're not always going to play well. So when you don't play well, can you still get the dub? But at the same time, I am worrisome that if the squad gets stretched, can they still continue to bring on games? And also, shout out to your boy Andrew Laurie, who sends me, Chelsea fan, who sent me like a DM. There are a lot of injuries. Chilwell is a huge injury, because I don't trust Alonso. Hence why Chelsea have to get a freaking left back in January. But now you have to also look at what we also call your boy Chalobah now has the injury as well. And as again, before I bring my guy Abdul here, like if you look at the league table now, I said again, things are tight, bro. Look at that. Chelsea 33, City 32, Liverpool 31. So, sorry. Things are super tight there. Things are super tight right now. So any slip up, because City and Liverpool, these are guys who are 90+ points merchants. They're 90 points merchants. So these guys can lock in and go crazy. And I have questions as to whether Chelsea can be as consistent as this freaking dudes, man. I have my worries. So let me see what the guys. So Abdul, honest assessment on that game from Chelsea, and also like, what's this whole deal with Lukaku? £100 million on the bench. Talk to me.
Yeah, like the game was very like difficult today. Like obviously, Chelsea with all our injuries, especially in the fullback area, when you play with Alonso and Aspilicueta, they're not dynamic enough. They don't stretch the play. They don't help the wingers, especially Marcus Alonso. So again, half of like we're now in December now, and Ben Chilwell won't be available till like what January. Reece James is doubtful, so this will be the first of many poor performances. But as long as our attack and players just turn up, I feel like it's just going to be something like that.
No,
And
but let me ask you this though: should Chelsea get it going and get a left back in January?
of course, it's like Ben again, like what Tuchel said. Like obviously, for the next 5 6 weeks, we're going to see whether he needs a surgery, and obviously after 6 weeks, if he needs a surgery, Chelsea definitely need a first team left back because obviously Alonso isn't good enough, and I've heard people say he's plays out at left wing back, but the guy should be shipped off to Spain because he's got no use. He's basically here for holiday.
No, no,
He
no,
came here
no,
for
no.
holiday,
Wait, so
so
speaking about Spain, can you talk to me about Saul?
so you know what? He just
You
frustrated
know,
me.
no, but
I
you
like
know, I said this when the signing was made. Guys said, "Oh, because see, this is the issue that fans have to say. Not everything your club does is right.
of
Not
course,
everything your club
of
does.
course, it's
You don't
like
have to defend every move your club makes. You can't say that's a dumb move. That
yeah,
you can allow us to say that.
yeah, but that's just football fans today. Like any shiny new toy, they're gonna get excited about it. They don't know like his form, what he's done recently, how he's been used. Is like any shiny new toy, they'll get excited about it. And obviously, I hope like when Saul first came, like I was willing to give him a chance, and maybe two can kind of reinvigorate him and try and get him playing again. But whenever he's played for Chelsea, whether it's been in the league or in the cup games, he's just not. He doesn't really provide anything. Like he doesn't run, he can't tackle, can't really pass. It's like he's got no use here, and I just feel like it's a matter of time to. It's just about just counting the months really, and hopefully next summer we can just find a new midfield player because Saul Niguez is like today again. It's like I know Loftus-Cheek was poor today, but it was like Loftus-Cheek was playing on his own. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Saul
It
Niguez,
was
like
actually him
there was a stat where like Saul Niguez he only completed 7 passes. I'm like, bruv, at this level, playing for Chelsea Football Club, how can you complete 7 passes? I know the 7 passes were to Loftus-Cheek, so he kind of left Loftus-Cheek there by himself playing, and of course, Tuchel had to do the right thing and take him off.
and I know. See, my things. I know, guys. Like someone tweeted me and say, "Oh, bro, are you going to say about Loftus Cheek and so forth and everything?" And here's my thing: is Saul, I can't give you much leeway because you're an older player and an experienced player who
Exactly, yeah,
has a lot of experience. Bro, you've played Champions League games, you've been to a Champions League final, so I'm gonna expect much higher of you. For Loftus Cheek, bro, this may be like his first truly bad game that he's had. And
yeah,
it
of
was a
course,
difficult game where, because remember, this is a game that, first of all, the whole team didn't play that great. And also, it's a game in which lots of changes were being made. So, of course, it was a bad game, but my thing is that he's young. So, if you're gonna play games, you're gonna have bad games, and you need these games to improve. You can't improve if you don't have bad games. You can't.
yeah, yeah,
So,
with Loftus Cheek is like, I'm a big fan of Loftus Cheek, and again, it was one of his quietest game. Of course, he had some good moments, some good runs, good passes, but he wasn't as effective as he usually is. But I can't really blame him because again, he's playing by himself. His midfield partner is laying him down. He's not. Loftus Cheek is a guy that likes to bounce off. He likes to play 1-2s. He likes to give little given goals. And when you got Saul Niguez who's losing the ball every like 5 minutes, or he's not even near you, it's like, what can you really do? So of course, Loftus-Cheek got dispossessed, and I feel with Loftus-Cheek, if anyone says like he's rubbish or he's crap, it's just nonsense. And I feel like fans should just be a bit more patient, to be honest. And but obviously, if Jorginho did play today, he would have helped, in my opinion. I feel like Chelsea would have kept the ball a bit better.
oh no, no, yeah, no, for sure it would have helped. But I mean, guys saying that, oh, this now shows why he was the third best player in the world. Relax, chill, just relax, chill. So marvelous. So, guys, I will get your super chats. So send me your super chats and your dubs. I will get to them when I have it breaking in. Marvelous. Talk to me. Talk to me about this game, bro. Because I want to talk about Lukaku separately, but let's talk about this game and why Chelsea struggled, man.
Overall, I think from minute 1 to minute 90, Watford pressed us and suffocated us and didn't allow us to play our typical game that we've become accustomed to under Tuchel. I think the injury crisis that we're currently in put us in a position where Tuchel had to field a team that had zero cohesion. I think Saul put in a Bakayoko-esque performance. I mean,
No,
I
no, no, no,
hardly.
no. Marvelous, don't do that. Marvelous, don't insult Bakayoko like that. At least Bakayoko did something. Marvelous. Saul might rank as one of the most useless signings of all time.
And remember, he's white as well.
Here we go. White tax, but white tax. But Marvelous, like, are you telling me that this guy is at least Bakayoko did things? So this guy, it's basically Chelsea had 10 men. So I think the reason why Chelsea struggled is because they were playing with a man down. Saul is like oxygen. This guy, he literally does nothing.
Yeah, and also people forget Bakayoko was like 21 as well. Bakayoko, it was confidence that this destroyed him.
Marvelous, continue, bro.
Yeah, so I think with Saul and obviously with Marcus Alonso, we were handicapped from the start of the game. We lacked control in the midfield. At times, Ruben got outnumbered and he lost the ball. He lost the ball, which led to the Watford goal. The ball bounced around all over the place, and all I can really attribute that to is the fact that we did miss Jorginho. I mean, we didn't have any sense of calm. We couldn't string 3 to 4 passes in a row. And aside from Mason Mount, no Chelsea player was really able to grab the game at the scruff of the neck and really make things happen. I think something that contributed to our problems during the game is this tendency that we have, and we've been doing it a lot more in the last 5 games. We passed the ball back to Mendy in very compromising positions, and that allowed Watford to squeeze us higher up the pitch, and we often lost the ball or Mendy kicked it out of play. So, overall...
But my thing that's, even if you give it to him in those positions and he hits it out, like, again, the main thing is possession, which is why whether it's Kovacic, whether it's Jorginho, whether it's Kante, I think the key thing is whether he gets about, you need a mature presence in midfield, which should be Saul. As an older guy, you should be the guy that says, bro, I've been doing this for a lot longer than you, lost the cheek. Let me be the calm guy, and you can be the young whippersnapper who can now take and run the ball. But if you don't have a Kante, a Kovacic, or a Jorginho in that midfield, bro, you're always going to be playing a tough game if you're playing away from home against Watford, which is what Chelsea had that, bro. Like, it was Wild Wild West.
It was Wild Wild West. Like, the amount of times where the ball would ping around almost like a game of pinball was kind of like, it bothered me because it made me realize that this whole idea that we have the most depth, it really waters down to nothing, because if our second string players aren't performing on a level that is competitive or up to par with our first string players, then that's problematic, because that means that it's going to be difficult for us to navigate through these busy months, December and January. I think Havertz, he was just way too passive today. Watford made the game very physical, and that worked against him. And anytime he would get on the ball, Ekong or whoever else, Cathcart, they would just outmuscle him out the ball. So maybe perhaps Tuchel should have introduced Lukaku a lot earlier. But I know that's a subject that you're going into later.
Yeah. We're gonna sort that. No, but my thing, like, Havertz, the dude has been way too passive for so long, man. And I think that's just, I think basically, you know what? Because I was thinking about it. The thing with Havertz is, you look at Leverkusen, you look at Germany. Havertz needs to be in a team that the guys around him are operating in a very serious way. So when Havertz plays for Leverkusen on Germany, there are a lot of players around him that he plays off of. But for Chelsea, he's in a lot of ISO situations. So if he's in an ISO situation and doesn't have a guy to sort of play off of on a once, or a guy that's making a run, he now has to really dig into his technical bag to now say what's up, which is what he needs to learn to do, because the good thing, you have to adapt. So,
and like, one of my last 2 points would be, I think this game really showed the best and the worst of Marcus Alonso. And I know he didn't score, but the worst would be he's so over-reliant on his left foot that when he gets pressed, he oftentimes loses the ball. He has no recovery pace. He pretty much puts in flimsy tackles, and Dennis pretty much ate him up on the right-hand side for Watford, which is our left-hand side. But then going forward for both goals, he gave the assist before the assist. With the first goal, he was the one that played the ball to
Yeah.
Havertz,
To Havertz. And also it was an
who gave
amazing first touch he had. An amazing
brilliant,
first
brilliant
touch he had.
first touch, because his movement really stretched the field. And then with the second goal, he was the one that gave the header to Mason Mount. But aside from helping in the offensive phase, he's very, very limited defensively, which is why I feel like, Tuchel hinted at the fact that he has other options to deputize at left wing back. I hope
Nah,
Saul isn't one of them. And I'm hoping he realizes that perhaps we need to look into purchasing someone come January.
Have to.
And then this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I
Oh
feel
God.
like I have to say it.
Oh Lord.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek, for me, in the last few games, and most especially in this game, he has a bad habit of hanging onto the ball a bit too much. I think because he's talented enough to where he can drive past 2 to 3 players, he often does it, and then he loses his bearings as to what to do next.
Do you know what
and
it
then
is?
he gets swarmed.
I'll tell you what it is, marvelous. You're right, but I'll tell you what it is. I think Loftus-Cheek works better in a 4-3-3. What Loftus-Cheek is doing is, like, you know how you have like a Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro. Because Modric has Casemiro and Cruz, Modric can get the ball and just run and just hit it, because Casemiro and Cruz, they're so good at just, because Casemiro and Cruz, their first mindset is possession, keep hold of the ball, specifically Cruz. So once you have a guy who knows how to just keep possession, you need the guy who now connects into the attack. But if you're playing a midfield 2, which was just Hugh and Saul, both of you guys have got to be CM merchants. You both have to be able to. First thing is keep hold of the ball. But Loftus-Cheek, you're playing as if you're in a 4-3-3. Whereas that if you're in a midfield 2, you and the other guy, you've got to work in tandem in controlling the ball and pick your moments as to when you now go forward. So that's my thing, is that I'm not sure whether Loftus-Cheek has the maturity yet to be in the 2. Basically, it was the worst possible midfield combination, because Loftus-Cheek doesn't work in it too, because he's not yet got the maturity age, and Saul is literal garbage. So you have literal garbage and a guy that doesn't work in this thing. But continue, bro.
Yeah, I just think the pairing of having Saul, who I've nicknamed the Ghost because he's nowhere, and then having Loftus-Cheek.
He's a guy useless, bro.
Yeah, I think with him, Diego Simeone was looking for anywhere and anyone to come get him off his hands.
And
unfortunately, Chelsea bit the bait.
But with Chelsea, we know with the Saul Niguez deal, it was more of a favor for his agent rather than like Tuchel wanted him to come to Chelsea. We basically did I read this thing, it was an article saying that like his agent was offering him to like a lot of European clubs. So obviously Chelsea were like, let's just see what he can do, and hopefully he can do something, basically. So yeah.
And then ultimately, I would say the fact that we got the win, even though Watford had 6 corners, we had 0. Watford had more possession. Watford had more passes. Watford had more shots and more shots on target. I think it came down to this differential. The fact that the 2 clear-cut chances we got, we finished them sublime. Because aside from the Mount goal and the Ziyech goal, and Mount hitting the post in the first half, I don't think we had any opportunity that was as clear cut. Everything else were just half chances. So I'm happy that we were clinical, but I just have to say we were poor. Watford outplayed us, but we got the 3 points, and that's ultimately what matters.
So before I come to your super chats, Dubs, man, NK Dons, just very briefly, because I want to talk about Lukaku separately, but just brief thoughts on the game overall.
It was a nice win.
Yeah, don't call it a nice win, bro. Chelsea didn't play that. Don't call it a nice win. It was a win. Don't call it a nice win, bro.
Okay, listen. I'll say, because you're gonna get onto Lukaku. I'll say that's when the game sort of, But I thought up until that point we were playing well. But that guy Emmanuel Dennis, man, that guy could play. Like he's a really good player. Nigerian as well, apparently. So yeah, I mean, but Saul, bro, I'm so because as much as people might want to get onto Loftus-Cheek, man. Saul, a midfielder in this Chelsea team, completed 7 out of 45 passes.
No, but I actually going to point. Do you know what's so weird? You can say Loftus-Cheek played badly. I will give kudos to a guy who maybe played badly, but at least was trying things and doing stuff, than a guy who literally was a ghost. So basically, I told you Chelsea had 10 men. And Chelsea only had one man in midfield, which was Loftus-Cheek. Because another guy was just oxygen. So
I mean, that's how that might be what I mean. I can't think of what a worse transfer, honestly. But
it's the worst. No, for me, it's the most. It is. I would say, right now, because I'm not trying to be crazy. I cannot think of a more useless signing. See, there have been signings who are guys who played badly. Okay, you came in. I've never think the same way. You bought a guy and he's literally not done anything.
Nothing. Yeah, done nothing. Nothing, man. I mean, and credit to Mason as well. Mason had a very good game. Havertz, everyone can see his potential. Everyone knows the potential is there, but my issue with Havertz is that, especially the Juve game, my guy was getting brushed aside. I don't know if he needs to, I don't know if he needs to develop it, but he just keeps on getting brushed aside. On first touch, man, he just gets brushed off. But, we got the win, which is all that matters, especially since City and Liverpool won, man. So, I mean, I can't complain, but when Lukaku stepped onto that pitch, man, I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Sorry, I was muting. Let me get some of your dubs, man. So, your boy Mustel FCW says Chelsea have got serious competition. LP looking good. Was that LP? What does that say? I don't know what that says, man.
Liverpool against Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool. Oh, no. Bro. Of course, the competition was always good, bro. So the competition was always good. I told you that's the issue. That's like Chelsea. If you slip up, you're gonna get screwed over. Your boy Wingumbani says, "I'll begin attacking. I'll begin attacking Saul on social media. A+ breaks." So basically, the thing about the joke is that basically Umbani apparently he said that he was blocked by Willian, because he constantly attacked Willian on social media and Willian blocked him on Twitter. So he's walking or getting blocked by this guy. But bro, you don't have to do it because you're dealing with a guy that's a ghost, bro. Wingumbani again says, Lukel started Alonso and Saul together. Suicidal. You see, my thing, Mbani, is he had to. The issue is that he has to, because you have to revamp the squad and you have to now bring in new guys and fresh legs and everything. So he had to do it. So that was his only. I mean, that was the only thing that he could do. But what you've now seen is that Alonso is limited, as we already know. Saul is gutter trash. Your boy JJ Bridge says, HH, can we please send Saul back to Spain in January? So let me ask you guys, would you defend the decision just to sell Saul in January?
I'll get rid of him right now.
He could go back. He could go now.
I'll drive
I think that's going to be the course of action, because there have been quite a few reports saying that he himself is unhappy. He feels that Tuchel hasn't lived up to his promises as far as the game time.
Wait, hold on. If this guy gets sent, will this be like the shortest transfer in history? I don't think there's ever been anybody who's come in the summer window and gotten sold in January. Has that ever happened?
It's almost like we're taking Diego Simeone's bucket of vomit and throwing it back in his face. But I think
no. As we throw it back, he basically shuts the house. So basically, Sao Pedro just ends up like in the Atlantic Ocean or something, because Simeone doesn't want him. Chelsea just wants him. So the guy probably might as well just go to MLS. Get a bag in China, or hopefully Corona, or get a bag in freaking MLS.
I mean, for him, the writing is on the wall. I mean, I believe his last 3 Chelsea performances, he's been subbed off at halftime. So if that isn't the manager telling you to fuck off, I don't know what else you're
Damn.
waiting for.
So
You
let me bring
know,
it. So your boy
and
Lacombe.
his wages are massive as well,
Yes,
300K.
yes, which is stupid. And this clown gets paid more than Rudiger, Christensen, Mounts. Basically, if you look at the differential between how much he gets paid and how much Mount gets paid and how much Rudiger gets paid, it's offensive. Mount has literally been super effective, and I think Mount is still on like 100,000 or something. No, I think he might be even on like 90,000.
No, 80, 85, something like that.
You're lying. You're lying. 80 what?
Yeah, he is. He's on around the 80s with Reece James as well.
The Chelsea board said that the players from the academy, they're not in any rush to increase their wages because they know that those players are focused on helping the team win. So they're more so trying to resolve.
So basically, they're being cheapskates. Okay, so basically, you can pay the academy players 80,000 who are literally been carrying Chelsea in Reece James, Mount, and so forth. But a guy who has literally contributed nothing is on 200,000.
It's reputation, man. Reputation.
The thing is, I hate to admit this as a Chelsea fan, but I've said this before. I think Chelsea is taking advantage of the love that a lot of these kids have. The academy kids,
for sure. Oh, that's obvious, bro.
Because no one else.
Mason Mount's trying to negotiate his deal.
I think Callum earns like 120. I think Callum's the highest paid academy player at Chelsea.
Yeah, no. For me, no. Basically, it is the easiest financial tactic, bro. Is to be like, oh man, let's just take advantage of these guys, man. You know. So, wait, come on. What am I doing? Sorry. And let me now. I want to bring in another. I don't want to bring this in. Let me bring this in. I didn't bring this in. All right, guys. All right, I think everything is in. Okay, guys. Let me first land on this one. I'll come to you, Abdul, man. I've been mocked on this channel for this a lot, and I've been insulted. I don't think there's been anybody who's taken more abuse pertaining to Lukaku than I have. But guys, I told you we are in the theory right now of hashtag honesty. Okay, this right now is in the era of hashtag honesty. Guys, I'm worried. I'm worried because 100 mil. Now, unless you guys have some other piece of information, I would love you to tell me. I don't believe he's carrying any injury. Why is he on the bench? Because here's my thing, because I want to talk about all the theories. Was he carrying a serious knock and Tuchel wants to ease him in? Does Tuchel believe that, this much more faster lineup maybe works more, which I think is stupid because let's keep it real. Havertz wasn't working. He clearly wasn't working. And I think Havertz needed a Lukaku in that game. And I think basically, this was the game in which, look at the first half. You got totally overrun in that first half before the interval and after the interval. It was a time where I took her, bro. Bring. It is obvious that Havertz and Thingy that Ranieri defensively has been able to stifle the movements of these Chelsea players. So, bro, bringing Lukaku to add some striker presence into this because obviously it was breakdown in the final third. So is Tuchel messing up in the fact that you're not employing Lukaku earlier, or is it a case of where, Lukaku, you're now used in a rotation? Because if you're buying a guy who was double figures in a Serie, we know what he does for Belgium. At a point, he was at least top 5 striker in the world. And you know that a striker's currency are goals, and he only has 3 Premier League goals so far. You are destroying his confidence by leaving him on the bench. So unless it's a case of he wants to ease him in, okay. But I've always said that if you're fit enough to make the bench, you're fit enough to start. Abdul, talk to me about this whole Lukaku thing, bro.
Yeah, with Lukaku, I feel like as fans, we have to be patient with Lukaku. Obviously he picked up the injury at the start of November, and even when Lukaku was playing for Chelsea, like there was still growing pains. It's like the team didn't know how to get the best out of him, and even his pressing as well, it wasn't as effective as the other players. So let's say Mount went to press or Havertz, Lukaku will be like 3-4 seconds behind the press. So like I feel like with Lukaku, he's still trying to like adapt to how the team plays. And I feel like Tuchel is still, trying to like slowly bed him in. And I feel like, look, Wally at the start, Wally, what, the first, 2nd of December right now, Lukaku will be the catalyst of why we will win the league. Because if Lukaku, turns up and starts scoring goals, Chelsea will win the league. So I feel like this thing about Lukaku being a flop or Tuchel not trusting him is all false. I feel like once Lukaku's ready, and Lukaku knows like himself personally, like he knows what he needs to do. Because obviously, like Lukaku's a guy that he's very aware on like the memes or what people say about him. And Lukaku is like he wants to prove a
Oh,
he wants to prove,
do you think that's why he deactivated his Twitter?
of course, like Lukaku, like he reads all these things. He reads the memes. He knows all of this.
Just mute, man. It's like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never understood this whole thing of cyberbullying, bro. Do you know the kind of stuff that gets sent to me in the DM on notifications, bro? I just press mute.
Yeah, but
So
but obviously when you get thousands of them from like you get thousands on a daily basis, sometimes that can demotivate you.
yeah,
That can and look, players are different. Maybe you got a tough skin. Maybe he doesn't. So people just interpret things differently. But I feel like with Lukaku, like we need to be patient with Lukaku. And still, this team don't know how to play with Lukaku anyways. Like the only guys that know how to play with Lukaku, like Tuchel said, is Mount and Kovacic. The rest of the attack, they don't know how to play with him. And obviously, Hudson-Odoi hasn't played with Lukaku yet. So let's just be patient, in my opinion.
marvelous, man.
My opinion on Lukaku is twofold. Firstly, I think he still needs time. I think the best time to judge him would become the end of the season. So anyone calling him a flop at this point is being overreactionary. Um, my second thing is actually the Tuchel part. I have a theory that Tuchel never really wanted him, and I know that may sound crazy, but if you reference with Tuchel's interviews when we were linked to him, Tuchel time and time again repeatedly said, I love and I'm happy to work with the team that I have. I think there's a lot of young players who can still improve. And of course, Lukaku is one of the best strikers out there. But if we get him or if we don't get him, it won't change anything for me. So I feel like in Tuchel's mind, he might be in excess to where Tuchel's looking at it at, I'll use you at my convenience. And I know that.
No, okay, but do you know why I might disagree on that? Is when you win a Champions League, you get a lot of cachet. And I'll be surprised that a manager who came in halfway through the season, taking over that tyrant, winning the Champions League, securing top four, doesn't have a say in, I want this dude. This is the dude that I want for my team. So I'm very surprised that a guy who won the Champions League, a striker would be forced upon him. Specifically, when somebody is that expensive, that is a very expensive striker to enforce on someone. And we know that Marina is not a football director. She does not know anything about football, but she's a great business person. So, do you really believe that £100 million striker was forced upon a guy who won a Champions League for you?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I said it's only a theory.
Okay.
But I agree with what you're saying. It's impossible to think that he wasn't given a checkbook and, like a magic lamp to say, wish and we shall grant it. But no, I think Lukaku needs time and ultimately he needs to learn how to play in Tuchel's system. There are many a times where when he does play prior to his injury, and aside from that Villa game where he was incredible, he looks lost. He doesn't really seem to gel with our front three, and he's devoid of any movement. He has this thing where he gets into the box and he stands still, as if he expects all roads lead to him. I think he has to get into the habit of running and actually, putting in that groundwork and the balls will come. And like Didier told him during the Ballon d'Or ceremony, You go through good spells and you go through tough spells. And I think he's going through one of those tough spells. So he just needs to, his mentality, people are saying it's questionable because he deleted his Twitter and because of hateful remarks he was receiving prior to the United game. I just think he needs to toughen up, use the mute button, focus on football. And, HH, I hope this doesn't come across as mean, but he does appear to have gained some weight since he came to Chelsea. And I'm being serious. I'm a Chelsea fan.
So, but don't you think that's just big bone or muscle?
Too much muscle works to your detriment in football, HH.
No. Because I got that from I got that from South Park because Cartwright says that I'm not fat, I'm just big bone.
Yeah.
So yeah. so maybe that's his whole that's my Cartwright thing. So before it comes to Dons, man, let me just hit these 2 dubs, man. Your boy Paul Kickley, man, thank you for the dub, bro. Thank you for the dub. Smith Rowe is everything Chelsea fans think Mount is. You know what? I would say that Smith Rowe is he's higher on the eye test than Mount, but I think Mount is more effective. I would say that Smith Rowe just looks better. He looks like just looks like a better footballer than Mount, but Mount is more effective. Because Mount is the kind of guy where he doesn't look great. He's good, he looks great, but Mount just knows how to, in this moment, make that pass, make that shot, be in that position, and he's much more decisive. So, and your boy Sheldon, man, thank you for the dub. Get #no knowledge dons off the panel. #for.
Hey, Sean, chill, man. Chill, man. I know you personally, Sean. Be careful, man. I know you personally.
Oh, do you actually know him personally?
Yeah. Me and him went to the same secondary school, man. I know him personally. Yeah.
Oh my God, small world, man. Damn.
Yeah, man. Sean, I'll see you soon, man.
So, Eric, talk to me. Lukaku, talk to me.
You see, I'm not gonna judge. My thing with Lukaku was always I'm not gonna judge him till March, because I think that'll give him enough time for us to see where he's at. Because Marvelous, I get where you're coming from, but when you cost 100 mil, I think Tuchel has to vouch for you. He's not just gonna be like, oh, I don't want the guy. And Chelsea are just going to sign 100 mil guy on 300k a week or whatever he's on to play. But I think as Abdul said, it's just patience, man. It's patience. I'm going to be patient, man, at least till the end of the year, because if you think about it this way, right, with Man City, how many Man City players, when they are first signed, from the start they play well? Normally is a grace period where they come in, they learn the system, and then it's the second or third year where they really start improving. Cancelo wasn't this good when he first joined. Bernardo Silva's first year was a bit iffy. It took about 2 or 3 years before he was balling. So with Lukaku, I'm just gonna wait until the end of the season at least, and then I'll judge him properly. I think that's only fair.
Before I come to Mr. Abdullahi, man, English Talent Service, man, thank you for the dub. Says, you hate to respect Prince Mount. Dodd if he wins the EPL. Bro, I respect Mount, and that's why Mount was on the freaking thumbnail. Bro, Mount came through, and I say again, I'm sure you know this English Times FC. If not for Mount, Chelsea lose this game. Chelsea would have lost this game if Mount wasn't decisive. Abdullahi, talk to me, man. Lukaku, man, what's going on with that guy, man?
I think mostly about rival fans who have been sarcastic and stupid about Romelu Lukaku. I think he needs to be patient, because we know every football club, when a player comes in, it takes time for them to kind of gel. Like I said it already, it will take Lukaku time to score goals. I vouched for him already, and I'm still gonna stand on my vow.
So do you still think he gets 25 this season, or has that ship sailed?
I'm still standing on my way. Lukaku will get 25 goals this season.
He will get 25.
Yeah. It will. The reason we are struggling to bring him into the team is the front three to go play, because he doesn't trust the front three beside and behind him. Today, Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, tomorrow Mason Mount and Pulisic, next tomorrow Odoi and Day. So we don't have a front three that can play and play. If you watch very well, when Mateo Kovacic played with Lukaku, you know he's gonna provide an assist. And that's why people call him Dollar Diaspora, whatever they call him. He is the one that knows Lukaku very, very well because he knows when Lukaku makes the move, he will pass him the ball. So people can talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That is what he needs to improve in his game. You have the strength, you have the ability, you have the talent. Just knows when to lay off the ball, lay it off. It's game over. It's simple. It's very, very simple. But I think Romelu Lukaku, I think I will give him time to what Nkedon said till the end of the season. Because I still have the belief in him. It will come good. Salah, Mane are going to AFCON. Lukaku is not going to AFCON. So Lukaku will have chances to score goals. He will have chances to score goals. He will. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried because
so you believe that still this season he's still going to pull through in this season?
Yeah, he will.
Because it's looking tricky, bro. We're looking tricky, man. And I think because you have to look at the guy's mentality. Okay, you're starting off your Twitter right now. You're hardly playing and so forth. And if you're being on the bench, bro, strikers live off their confidence. They live and they strive off of their confidence. So you don't think that his confidence has been hit by being benched in these games?
No, I don't think his confidence has been hit.
Do you know what it must mean? No. Do you know what it must mean to be given 10 minutes against Man United?
I understand.
One of Chelsea's biggest, you were given 10 minutes.
I think what you guys are forgetting is Tuchel said this in his post-match after United. He said it. He had a conversation with Romelu Lukaku. He said it, we're gonna ease into the game. He just came back from injury. And he said it, Lukaku has been proving them wrong in the training that he wants to start match. He told the assistant manager, I want to start. He even told Tuchel, I want to start. I'm ready and ready to go. But Tuchel said no, because we have so many matches in the front that we don't want to put into the team and boom, you get injured again. We're gonna be in the dilemma. So I understand Tuchel's point as a manager. So you have to trust him and understand. Chelsea have to calm down and understand it. Lukaku is fit and ready, but manager knows what they do. They're not dumb and stupid not to know what they do. So I'm willing to give the trust to Romelu Lukaku because he will score goals. When you give him the chances, he will score. Lukaku is not like Timo Werner when you're just going to give him chances.
Wait, so I want to ask you guys before we go to our last topic for this show. So, like Coleman, thinking of the dub says that I think Lukaku is being eased in, and the HH read my dubs. I've read the dub, but maybe I missed one. I'll go back to it. And Joven Sinclair says HH Mola vowed to lubricate Barca next match. Oh no, I read that, bro. I read that. And yeah, man. Barcelona, those guys have to be very, very wary indeed, man. They have to be very, very wary indeed. So let me just make sure that I've got all the dubs, and then I want to ask you guys one key question about your boys Chelsea's chances, man. So La Cobham again said, oh, actually, wait, yeah, maybe I did miss it. So let me bring this up, bro.
Before you bring that question, and we need to talk about one player today. They impressed me a lot. Hakim Ziyech. In as much as we are kind of abusing him today, he was when he came in today.
So apart from the goal, Ziyech had a great game. Apart from
the goal, he had a great game, and also
he said he had a great game.
He had a great game, yeah. You know that people I've kind of so many talk about him. He came in today and he had a great game. He was pressing, he was passing, he was in a good position. Kind of even before the goal, you can see him. You can see whenever you get the ball, going forward. Whenever you get the ball, go forward. Whenever you get the ball, go. That is easier you want to see every day. And another player, which people doesn't talk about, I understand. I was listening to Marvelous when I was talking. It was Kai Havertz. On and off today, it was magnificent. He didn't score the goal, and it was one that even gave the assist to Mason Mount for the first goal. It was magnificent today.
No, bro, relax. No, nobody at Chelsea was amazing. People were good. People were all right. You cannot say anybody was magnificent today. Even like Mount was given man of the match. Like Mount, Mount was just decisive. The only player that could say what's up. I mean, the defense they did a thing. Was Mount who was decisive. Like the defense is always strong. Mendy's always strong. Everybody did their job. Nobody was magnificent. No one was. This is a difficult game, bro.
Saul Miguez, please. Do you have an induction when you can induct player apart from Siberia?
No. I'm not inducting him. I'm shaping him back to Spain, bro. The guy's getting shipped back. So your boy La Cobham, man, thank you for the dub. La Cobham says, when you cross stroke sniff the white line. You, Saul, you have to perform. Ask Mutu. Can't. Oh, yeah, because apparently Mutu took drugs. So it is what it is. I'm just saying. Like apparently Mutu the guy took drugs. Like so basically the guy literally sniffed. He actually did like three lines. Can't believe Marcos Mugabe Alonso for the rest of December, which for CFC is shit. You see, which is why, let me even deal with this. Chelsea have to get a left back in January. That is a must. That has to happen. But my thing though is before you even get to January, you're stuck with this dude.
Tuchel said he's gonna play Odoi in 11 back. He will play Odoi.
Oh dear God.
Nah, man.
Oh,
He said
dear
it. He said it. He said he will play Odoi.
Well, I'm like, I don't care what he said, man. That's useless, man.
I don't trust Marcos Alonso in the whole December match. Do you think today when he was today?
So you're going to put
I feel like
an
into that television and just give him a dirty slap.
You're going to play an attacking player back at wing. Basically, that's just nonsense. That's just.
I know. See, actually, we have no choice. Ben Chilwell is out for like 6 weeks. We have no choice. I'm not gonna trust Siberia induction Marcos Alonso.
Okay, so basically, you thought Hudson-Odoi as a defender. Okay, so basically, you trust Hudson-Odoi. Actually, no. Forget this because I need to ask you guys this. So, guys, look. Here's a real question. I'll confess to Abdul with this man. So, Abdul, man. Honestly speaking, right now, you're looking at the injuries. Crazy December schedule. No signings can be made until January. Do you honestly believe that Chelsea can still win this league? Honestly speaking.
See, Chelsea. Chelsea fully fit. The key thing is the fullbacks. Right. It depends, like if Reece James comes back to the team sooner. Right. I don't believe. See, I don't know. Like, I can't give you an answer because Chelsea, a bit like on paper, we can win the league, but my heart says like we won't win the league because of some just maybe like poor finishing or just injuries to key players. But I don't know. Like, hopefully, once our team, once we go through this period, right, just get the results that we need, and hopefully January when Ben Chilwell, Reece James, and all our attacking players are performing and scoring, then possibly, but it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say, man. I don't know.
I sense a no. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. Marvelous, talk to me, man. Honestly speaking, with the issues that Chelsea are in, can they still win this league, man? With what City and Liverpool are doing and what they can do.
Well, it seems that Manchester City have hit their consistent stride because I don't see them dropping any points in the near future. And then it's looking like Liverpool, even though they may be a bit dodgy, they just have a man on fire in Salah, who up until January at the very least is going to keep performing incredibly well. So for Chelsea, look, December, the problem is the games are going to be coming thick and fast. And look, we already picked up another injury today. Trevor Chalobah has done his hamstring. So we're in an injury crisis. So, look, Reece James, I'm hoping that his injury isn't longer than an extra game or two. But, like, for example, today, had we dropped points, we would have been in third place right now. So it's hard for me to imagine us getting into the new year on the top of the table. But what I will say is this. We can win the league if we stay at touching distance of a point or two. So let's say we were to slip into third place, right? Which I think we will. So long as the gap between us and Liverpool and City isn't larger than 3 points, I think there's still hope. I think there's still something worth fighting for. But if we come to January and it's like 6 points, 7 points, then it might be, time to close the curtains. And it's funny because people are so focused on getting through December so January can come and we can sign the left back. But they fail to realize that the left back isn't just going to fall in our lap once January comes. It actually takes some time to negotiate. And on the 2nd, we played Liverpool, 2nd of January. And on the 15th, we play City. So we might play both of them before we even have a left back.
No. Look, it's peak, man. Dons, talk to me, man, bro. Dons.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be tough. Let's be honest. City and Liverpool have been there, man. They've been there and they've done that. So, I still think we can win the league, but it's gonna be tough. I think City. I don't think Liverpool can keep this up, but City, man, Manchester City, man, Pep. I can't. It's gonna be tough, but I think we can still do it. Of course, we have the players. It is an injury crisis right now, though, and I think depending on how we look towards the end of the month, we have Club World Cup as well, and so that period of traveling and then coming back is gonna be tough. But I still think it's possible, but I'll say it's probably 40% right now.
And I'm like, man, can they win the league, man? Can Chelsea still win this league, truthfully speaking?
I don't know why you guys are kind of giving Man City this credit they deserve.
Have you seen injury crisis, bro? There is, you realize that there is an injury
crisis. I know. City can be beaten because I've looked at their schedule towards December. They can be beaten. That City team can be beaten, and Liverpool too that has scoring so many goals. I think with Salah going to AFCON and everything could affect them, but I think it seems like Wolverhampton Wanderers could give them a problem. Seems like maybe like they play West Ham. West Ham has beaten them, so team like opposition team that sit back and need them on a counter can beat Liverpool. So it depends on the team they're gonna face towards the December and towards January. I think we still can win the league, but the issue with it is we have to stay consistent. It's not about winning today, drop point today. I think once we can be consistent, we'll win there. And the player that will make us win the league is, I keep saying it, is Romelu Lukaku. We have to get him into the score sheet and build his confidence more. Once he get that confidence enough to himself, we'll be able to have that kind of the fans will be able to have that confidence after we can go far in winning the league. But I think we still can do it bad in the injuries.
Okay. But that's the thing though, Abdullah. When you bring up the whole idea of consistency would depend on us having a starting 11 that can get in at least 5 to 6 to 7 games together. Mm-hmm. When you have the injuries that we have today, there's always going to be swapping and changing, and there's no way to build consistency.
And which is why, if you look at the game today, the reason why the team played like they played is because there were so many changes. And the changes had to be made because you guys have to now rest. And now more changes have to be made. Like, you can't have a consistent way of playing if you're making so many key seismic changes, man. So that's the key thing. Wait, from your boy Bombas the Blast, man, thank you for the dot. Bomba says, just a daily reminder that the best player in the world is still having zero impact in the Uber Eats. Hope I'm watching you real effing close. Speaking of which, Noah, that's a great segue. That's a great segue to our final topic, man. That's a great segue. So, someone, let me just bring this up, man. So where are we right now? What's the time? 53:40. So, someone tagged me into something right now, and in the tag, they said that Messi has scored. What did they say again? So let me see. They said Leo Messi has scored 1 goal from 30 attempts in Liga this season. Who scored it.com? You see, we're definitely going to talk more about this on the Hangouts this Saturday and so forth, because I am shocked, amused, and baffled by how seriously people have taken this whole Ballon d'Or the discussion. But I think my main thing was this about Cristiano Ronaldo, because I did a video on it, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on it and so forth, and I'll probably ask more guys about it on the weekend. But is the fact of how Cristiano Ronaldo liked a post that was pretty much a hit job on Messi about how Messi doesn't deserve the award and how Cristiano has done so much and how Cristiano has to be super freaking amazing in order to now say what's up. But Bombas, just in response to your dub though, you do realize that this thing that you're yeah, you do realize that this award had nothing to do with his performances for PSG. The bulk of it was his Barca season, and of course the season in the summer. Maybe a little bit of PSG, but the bulk of it was really because remember, this isn't from January to now; it's from January to like September or October. You know, so really, it's really like maybe one or two games that he had in the PSG, but most of the season in Barca and most of this and in the Copa America. And all I said to guys is that first of all, guys, it's just a freaking award. It's just a freaking award, bro. And I just keep saying to guys that based on the criteria of how this thing is judged by, what he did for Barca and what he did for Argentina was more than what any other individual did this season. Hence why I won it. But my issue is and I said it before that I know Cristiano is obsessed about winning Ballon d'Ors. He said he wants to win more Ballon d'Ors than Messi. So for the fact of the matter that you're going to go out of your way to like a vid by a fanboy that says about how Messi doesn't deserve that this is a travesty and so forth, shows that why are you so obsessed about winning an award? Now you should be obsessed about winning a trophy. Like how for me, bro, I will still talk about 2009. I will always talk about the theft of 09, which was a complete utter theft by Barcelona. So that makes sense. There's one thing about talking about a theft of a Champions League game, a theft of the World Cup, and a theft of a freaking golden award. That's pretty much like the football Oscars. Why is it that freaking deep? I mean, Abdul, talk to me. I mean, your view on Cristiano liking the post saying that he was more deserving of the award and like Messi was not deserving of this award.
Come back to me, hold on.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Marvelous. Talk to me, man. Where do you stand with this whole thing, man?
I think it gives off a hint of bitterness on Cristiano Ronaldo's part, because it's one thing to just like the post, which would be him just liking a post supporting a fan who feels that he should have won it. It's another thing to comment
factos,
which is almost like him saying, "Listen, you know." And even with the clip, there was an interview, and the clip has been floating around. Of where he said he would like to have a lot more golden balls because he thinks he deserves them. I think that's something that bothers him, because even when you look at, aside from football, when you look at him as a brand,
but Marvelous, but shouldn't you, as a football player, shouldn't you care more about trophies than personal awards?
And that's the point.
I thought this is a sport about trophies, and these awards are just they're like dressing, they're like side dressing.
Cherry on the top. Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm coming to. I feel like with his whole personality and the brand of Cristiano Ronaldo, he's sort of, he's like, he feels entitled to these sort of personal awards, if that makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if on his mood board in his bedroom, he has the Ballon d'Or on par with the World Cup. Because I think in his world, he feels that, okay, not only do I have to be successful on the pitch, I also have to be successful at the award ceremonies. But whether Lionel Messi deserved it or not is neither here nor there. The fact is, Cristiano Ronaldo commenting, he seems like a toddler who he's pouting because his mom told him he has to share his toys. And that's not good.
Oh no, because I'm trying to find a way of, can you play devil's advocate and say that, hey, there's nothing wrong about being competitive, there's nothing wrong about wanting to, but there's no way around this. It is childish, as in for a professional athlete to first of all go around the internet seeking some validation that you award the award, and then once bro, the guy's name is like CR7_356. So it's just some fanboys. The fact that you trolled through the internet trying to find a post that sort of celebrated you and brought it down to this guy. I'm like, bro, I mean, I'm sure it is childish, but sorry, continue.
Yeah, it's a thing of validation, and it almost makes me see. I've heard you echo this sentiment many times, and I 100% agree with you. I think when Messi wins a team trophy or an individual trophy, he kind of enjoys it in that moment, but then he's on to the next. But I feel like when Cristiano Ronaldo wins a team trophy or an individual trophy, he kind of side eyes Messi, because I feel like in his head, there's this competition, this fierce rivalry between the both of them,
which
which
for
doesn't
Messi doesn't.
exist,
For
which
Messi,
for
it has
Messi does
never
not
existed.
exist.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
has never
almost like a
existed.
person who's shadow boxing against no one, who's fighting in the dark. And at the end of the day, you come out looking disgruntled and miserable, and it's not a good look, you know?
Before I come to your boy Don's man, let me just hit this man. Your boy Casey says Mbappe missed a sitter from a great Messi pass. Casey, I'm sure that he probably did, but here's the thing, Casey, is I was promised 50 goals by Messi this season in Uber Eats. Not as this, I was told that Uber Eats is a trash bombers farmers league, and Messi would drop 50 goals. So Casey, I am because again the season hasn't ended yet. So Casey, come May 2022, I'm hoping to see Messi with 50 goals in Uber Eats. And also, yes, Mbappe may have missed the sitter. Who has actually been carrying this team, both in Uber Eats and in the Champions League? Who has been coming clutch constantly for PSG? I believe it's been your boy Mbappe. Don, talk to me about my guy, Ronaldo, man. Why is he liking these Instagram posts, man? Why, man?
Hey, this has completely, because I had a feeling he was like this, but I was like, he's probably focusing on football, chasing greatness, going for that World Cup, going for
No,
team
but it's funny because see, whenever sorry, before I let you go, when this happened, I wasn't shocked or surprised because I said many times before that Cristiano cares more about these personal awards than Messi because Cristiano is very self-obsessed and cares about his image. And guys said, "Oh no, Messi cares just as much as I know." I said, "I promise you, Messi cares about this award as much as Figo did, Rivaldo did, or Dino did. Oh, this is cool and nice, but I care more about winning for Brazil, for Argentina, and so forth." Cristiano is obsessed about this person because he's a self-obsessed person. So him doing this is, oh, of course, just that it's so stupid to do it in public. That's so stupid because now nobody can argue. But I always knew he would be a guy who he needs this self-validation or this thing. But sorry, continue, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like I didn't want to think that. That's the thing. So I was more of the sense that he's the same as Messi. They're both chasing greatness. But the fact that he's liking this is just, and I'm praying it's not true. I still think that maybe
No, me too. I'm hoping. No, that's what I say. If it's true, because I'm hoping it's not true
Yeah.
that like someone hacked into his account or something. Because like,
or someone's running it.
yeah, or someone is running it or so forth. Because but those like how put it this way: if your Instagram account has 300 million followers,
thank you,
and you
That's
know
the
that
point
your
I'm
name
getting.
is Cristiano, and you're a guy who's very self-obsessed, how would you even allow anybody to go ahead liking something like that? So, but who knows? Maybe in a few days to find out that someone basically it would be a very stupid thing to do if someone controlling your account without Cristiano's permission went to go
Yeah.
and like a post. So
It's just crazy. Like now it comes to, for me. This just brings up the point: does Cristiano have a burner account or something like this? Because the fact that he's going on to a CR7 fanboys thing and commenting factors, if this is true, it opens a whole window of thinking that I didn't even think was possible. Like I don't know
no,
how
because that's what Durant used because Durant had a burner
exactly.
account. Maybe Cristiano is one of these like super Cristiano fanboys who basically racially abused me and that's a burner account. But yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like I'm for chasing team greatness. This is a side trophy. Yeah, you want to win it, but at the same time, you're chasing a very good man. But a guy he's won 5. Just to clarify, right? Is it 5?
yeah,
I think it's
he's got
5.
5. He's got 5.
I mean, hey man, he's his own guy, but I think it's for a guy that this guy's supposed to be the face of the game. People argue he's the GOAT, and he's doing things like this, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not trying to. I can't believe it. I still can't believe that he did that. That's my thing. I can't believe it.
But do you know what's funny? Because even when I posted like my video or so forth and everything, a lot of guys said, "Oh, I'm a Cristiano fan, but I'm disappointed." So many guys who are even fans of him are like, "Bro, that's crossing the line." So even when people who are fans of you, who basically love you, and who basically prefer you to Messi, are saying that, "Bro, this is actually crossing the line," that's when you know that's man, you messed up. Because I think so many of the charges said that they deleted now, and that's my thing though, is that, put it this way. Let's now see what Cristiano now says. Because remember, he made a massive statement saying, "Bro, I don't really care about this stuff." So, but see, here's the thing though. What are the chances that, knowing that you made that statement saying that, "Hey man, I hope that Messi does well and everything, I don't really care about this whole Ballon d'Or thing." What are the chances that somebody would then, you know what it might be? No, okay, here's my conspiracy theory. Before I continue, but this is my conspiracy theory. Maybe a Messi fanboy hacked into his Instagram account and did that to make him look bad. Basically, guys, that's my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is this. This is Harvard's conspiracy theory. Someone, a Messi fanboy, found a way that, bro, what is the way to make Cristiano look really? Not only has he won 7 Ballon d'Ors, how can we now make Cristiano look even bad? A Messi fanboy probably hacked into his Instagram accounts and then went to go and like a post like that to make him look bad. That's my theory, bro. That's my theory.
I mean, he cares about PR so much. Like, how would he? I'm just gonna leave it at that, man.
Abdul, talk to me, man, about Cristiano liking this post. Allegedly, I think that it's a Messi fanboy who hacked his account. Talk to me.
I'm gonna be honest here. Like Ronaldo, he's always been like this. You know, like Messi lives rent free in his head. Like Ronaldo's always been self-obsessed. He cares about his image. He cares about all the Ballon d'Ors. Like Ronaldo's always been like this. Like we even like when you watch, like let's say Ronaldo's playing for Real Madrid, right? When other players used to score, you could clearly see like his facial expression. He wasn't always happy, or he would just pretend to be like, "Oh shit, like you scored," but I wanted to score in that. But look, man, I'm not trying to annoy these Ronaldo fanboys, but Ronaldo's just he is what he is, man. This life, man, is what it is, man.
From your boy, Casey, who says, Verratti has been, thank you for the dope, Casey. Verratti has been their best player, actually. Mbappe has been crap. Missing sitters, making bad passes, horrible dribbles since October. That's all though, but what about all of the goals that he's been scoring? And my thing is, I say, Casey, this way because I've spoken to PSG fans, and PSG fans have said for most of this season, PSG's best attacking player. I think PSG's best player has been Marquinhos, because Marquinhos for me is tier 1. Marquinhos is amazing. So Marquinhos has probably been PSG's overall best player. But PSG's, at least from PSG fans have said Mbappe has been their best attacking player this season. Messi has struggled to adjust, but he's slowly getting there. Neymar has been garbage. So Mbappe has been PSG's best attacking player this season. So please give my guy Mbappe some love, man. So guys, look, man.
Marquinhos didn't even make the top 30, man. He didn't even make the top 30 on the Ballon d'Or thing.
Bro, you see, I told you.
Don't get me started, man. And Simon Kier.
I've been watching because I think I've almost finished watching the Juventus All or Nothing documentary. Amazing, so good. It's so good, like on Amazon Prime. It's like I once thought about like, oh, do you know how good Chiesa was last season? Because just watching Juve season, like, do you know the amounts of Chiesa? He scored the winning goal for the Italian Cup final. He scored the goal against FC Porto in the first leg. He scored both goals that took the game into extra time against FC Porto in the second leg, where he even had to come off through injury. And they now saw him. I think he scored one of the goals against Austria in the knockout stage. Scored another goal against Spain in the semi-final, but he didn't make the 30, which is why Cristiano. That's what I was trying to explain to Cristiano. These awards are stupid, because these are the same awards that puts Simon Kier 18th because he did CPR. These are awards that put Jorginho, this awards told that Jorginho was the third best player in the world, better than Benzema, better than Mbappe, better than Haaland. So when you see the stupidity of these awards, why should he care so much? But he cares because it's a personal award that boosts up his image. And when I say to guys that this guy is arrogant and is basically, again, you have to watch the Juve, the Juventus
all or nothing.
documentary thing, because one thing I've noticed, see, I've not finished it yet, but I've almost finished it. Almost every player, we look at their family life. So we see Bonucci's kids, we see Chiellini's kids, Morata's kids, we see all of them and their family life and so forth. The only guy's life that we don't see is Cristiano, which I'm sure he has that protected. And even when you just look at the way that he operates, I'm like, Cristiano, you know that all you do is you kick a ball inside a fishnet. You don't save lives. You don't do heart surgery. You're not a policeman. You're not a teacher. So guys, I teach us things. Let's keep it real, guys. As much as we love football, these guys, you kick a ball around. Yep. You're not important. You do stuff that has a high demand, but what you do ain't important. What you do isn't special. Okay, a teacher is special. A doctor is special. A scientist is special. A teacher is special. Football players, you're not special. Okay, if the world is in dire straits, what use do I have of a guy who can put a ball inside a fishnet? No, you have no use. So don't be so self-important. Just keep in mind that you play a freaking game. You should be fortunate that this game has high demand, but you play a freaking game, so you're not that relevant in the greater scheme of things, man. Your boy Alex B says Real 7 points. Wait, did PSG? Wait, hold on. PSG didn't beat Nice.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
What?
Is it, guys? Look, you see, because you know what? See, guys are so obvious. You know, guys will now use and say, "Oh my gosh, how dare you give Messi the Ballon d'Or? He can't even beat Nice." You morons. You see, when the Ballon d'Or now comes next year, I don't think Messi is going to be sniffing that, because I think Messi is going to have a pretty average PSG season. PSG are not going to sniff the UCL. So Messi, I think, is already out of the running with regards to the Champions League for next year. But all the stuff he's doing with PSG now had no relevance with what he did with the Barca and Argentina, because this goes out of the voting window of this year's Ballon d'Or. But look, as I say, Real Madrid are going to win La Liga for sure. I mean, with the way Barca are moving, the way Atleti are moving, the way Benzema is moving. You see, here's my thing though, and then we'll be out of here. If it was down to me, and my criteria, guys, Benzema was the best player in the last 12 months. He was. Karim Benzema was the best player. And you would only say Benzema was the best player if you watch football and you truly watched the games. Because if you watch the games, which most of these guys, like that Sri Lankan guy that votes, he obviously doesn't watch the games. The guy goes on Football Manager. If you watch the games, bro, Benzema was insane. There was no footballer that was better than Benzema. And for me, Marquinhos might be top 5. I'd put Marquinhos top 5. So, you see, that is why I say, like, the list for that Ballon d'Or, it's full of brainless people. So why should we even be taking it seriously when it's just nonsense? Guys, look, man, it's been a pleasure having you guys here, man. It's been lovely. It's been swell, man. So good night, good day, do your thing, man. So, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow night for Arsenal against Ralph Ragnick FC. And we'll see what happens in that whole thing there. So, guys, peace out, stay strong. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the show. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.